Hello and welcome back to my Let's Play of Tsukihime Remake. We're catching back up with our classmates. I'm so sorry for the wait. I've been busy for the last couple of weeks, and well as I'm now recording it in real time, kind of. It's been a couple months, and the only reason why I haven't gotten back is I've been busy with back-to-back work and stuff. So hopefully everything gets smooth sailing from now on. I catch up with classmates who just ended their club activities. We go through your typical laundry list of things from last night ancient news to stuff that happened just minutes ago at school. We're just talking to pass the time, but this is an important morning ritual of ours. A warm-up exercise to start off the day. We'd only tire ourselves out if we tried to have real conversation about everything, especially in this age of information. That's such an interesting line. Cause, yeah, currently we are in the age of information. The original Tsukihime took place in, I believe, 2002. So in 2002, you wouldn't really call it the age of information, because a lot of people didn't know about a lot of the things that this game would kind of address, being mental instability or how to deal with it. Nowadays, we have a lot more methods of dealing with mental instability, but it's better. It's not completely cured, but we're in definitely a age of information where we can find information at our fingertips, but it can also be toxic for us in a way as well. The mood in the classroom changed suddenly. Lively chatter dies down to a whisper. Alright, loser, out of the way. It's too early to deal with this shit. Crude remarks you wouldn't expect to hear among this otherwise harmonious bunch cut through the tranquility. I don't even need to turn around to know who it is. Only one person can do this to a room. Sup, boys? You're looking especially like a punk-ass bitch today. Yup, only him, a delinquent with little respect for the sanctity of our school. Hey man, I'm talking to you. I'm actually here before noon for once, and you can't even give me a good morning? You ought to be happy I even bothered showing up. Why should I? Your mug isn't exactly easy on the eyes. There isn't anything to be happy about. It's not like I come to school to see you. What? How's that fair, dude? I come to school to see you. I'm at a loss for words. Sometimes I wonder why we're even friends. He has a dyed head of orange hair and piercing in his ears. Orange? I guess in the original games it was much more brighter, but I always thought he was brown haired. I guess I can see it. I don't know. Sporting a perpetual scowl that practically begging for a fight, he seemed to follow the delinquent dress code to a T. Though his brand of counterculture may be a little out of style, he still looks the part of a good punk. His name? Arihiko Inoue. Whatever, man. It's good to see. It's good that you're in class at least. Morning, Arihiko. Those absences finally catching up with you? Nah, I'm not too. Oh, okay. Morning, Akihiko. Morning, Akihiko. Those absences finally catching up to you. That's what you meant to say. Nah, I'm not too worried about it. That I still got plenty of wiggle room. My sister's at home, so I can't skip today at all. I was playing Mahjong all night, and it really did a number on me. My body already had its limit. Who the frick were you playing Mahjong with? Sorry, let me rephrase that. Good night, Trashihiko. Go sleep at your desk already. Man, that's cold. As your bitter middle school rival, you have to at least admit I'm more than that. Or you're trash too. How are we rivals? Anyway, you could find a partner in crime loitering in town. Just leave me out of it. He does still owe me a bunch of money I lent him back in middle school, which makes him more of a moocher than a rival. Why am I the only one you ever pick on, huh? You're like the goddamn Pope when it comes to talking with other people. How's that fair? Finally starting to get it, huh? Life isn't fair. Well, yeah, that's true. But aren't you especially an ass to me? Arihiko let out an exaggerated sigh. I don't mean to treat him any certain way. Everything just naturally ended up this way after years. I guess unfiltered treatment. We may have completely different interests and tastes, but we seem to operate on a similar wavelength. Well, ignore the fact that you ran away from home. I'm surprised a night owl like you even show up so early. You sure you're feeling okay? You're telling me. I woke up early anyway, so I figured I'd at least show up. I'm already itching to bail. I guess there's no point in coming if you ain't willing to work. He's not wrong, but when you say it like that, it almost sounds like he wants an awkward just for making the he won an award just for making it to the trip to school. Maybe you should try reciting this stuff to Amir next time. How come you didn't go into town? Wouldn't you have been better off lazing around at karaoke or a manga cafe? Yeah, but you know, all that shit been going down lately. Plus, I don't want to get caught with my pants down when I'm not at 100%, you know? Something been going now? Yeah, haven't you heard? The serial killers that been making the round like they own the place. The cops have been all over town at night looking for them. Right, I think I remember about that. About hearing about that. Hearing Arihiko talk about it reminds me. The going on in Soya hadn't bothered me while I was living several stations away with the Arima family. It was all over the news. I seem to remember... What was it? They were calling it? It was something tacky. The Soya slasher? They're saying it's some super freaky serial killer. Most of the victims are young women, with the one found the other day making the eighth victim. Each one apparently had an X carved into their throat. Weird. My mind can't even picture something like that. I'm just trying to remember the name that the original game gave it. I think it's like something along the lines of Shiki Killer. Or hold on, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm going to check this because this is going to bother me. All right, I'm back. So I was checking it out, and I do remember what they used to call it. They used to call it the City Killer is what it translated to. I don't remember the Japanese name. It was something City Killer. Soya Killer works because of the fact that this game takes place in Soya instead of Masaki Town, which Soya is a real place. It would be better if it was the Soya Killer. I think in the original game, it was like City Killer, like I forget what it was like in Japanese, but I think it's also kind of, if I remember correctly, was related to a real serial killer at the time that happened in Japan. But I also made sure to check another thing, which was Satsu Shiken, which is what is sometimes Shiki is referred to as, is like a very play on his name. But we'll get to that when we get to that, when I see the translation they decide to give him for that. But anyways, let's get back to the game. I'm so sorry about like going on a tangent for one word. My mind can't even picture that. That's not right. Anyway, I heard all the victims were completely drained of their blood. Oh, another thing. I think in the Type Moon, not Type Moon, in the Mirror Moon translation I read, I believe in the Mirror Moon translation I originally read, one translation called the serial killer vampire killer. Because yeah, it's a bit tacky, but the name was because all their blood was drained. That was the main sticking point. Yumizuka pokes her head out and corrects us, likely drawn by how loud we are. Yeah, that's it. The headline called him a modern day vampire or something like that. Thanks, Yumizuka, and morning. Good morning, anyway. Apparently the wound left behind differs from people person to person. Some bodies come out unscathed, while others are horribly mangled, I think. You're pretty knowledgeable about this, Yumizuka. Not at all. It's just hard not to see it everywhere when it's happening in your own backyard. Well, you heard it, Hono. I'm not crazy enough to go walking around town when there's a killer around. I just spend the past few nights chilling at my place. So that's your reason. I'm kind of surprised it's a half-decent one. It's not like you to hide away afraid in your house. Even I'm afraid of a murderer. I ain't that stupid. That's interesting. I got no interest fighting someone really out for blood, especially if they ain't going to do it fair and square. I still got a lot of living left to do. How do I say this? I'm not sure if I want to spoil Kagetsu Toya in any way during this playthrough, but it's a very interesting line he's saying right now, considering how his reasoning for hanging out with Shiki. But at the same time, the only reason why I'm like thinking it's fine to spoil Kagetsu Toya a bit is because, and this is the main reason, at the time of this recording, Red Garden isn't out yet, so like I doubt we're getting Kagetsu Toya anytime soon. But that being the case, I probably won't spoil Kagetsu Toya at all unless it comes up. Like, unless something from Kagetsu Toya comes up, I'm not going to bring it up. Fair enough, I guess you'd have no choice but to fight them off if they manage to corner you. You know, running away is an option, right? Why would I try and fight them? I thought running away isn't an option in those type of situations. Never mind, it's my fault for asking. I'm not even worried about... Oh, my bad. I don't know who's talking. This is... I think this is a problem with both this game and the original. You don't know who's talking sometimes. And I think this is good in certain sections. But like at times like this, it can be really annoying. Never mind, it's my fault for asking. I'm not that worried about it. Getting caught by someone like that just means your luck ran out. What they call it on the news? An act of God or something? I got a real reason for not going out though. A bunch of fools have been hanging around the north exit of the station. I don't really want to deal with them. The north exit, located on the opposite side of the station from the business district in downtown Soya, a bustling hub that never sleeps. Arihiko lives on the north side of the station. These fools must be pretty bad if he's going to Link to avoid them. Know about it, Tono? Some kind of weird dare. They say you'll come into a bunch of money if you enter the underground using a secret entrance and make it to the end. I heard about that too. Isn't it just an urban legend? Yeah, I heard it been around for a while. They got some idiot believing that this is their chance to get rich. Not idea where they came from, but they're seriously killing the vibe. Doesn't take much to set them off. I don't want to get into it, you know? The cops should do something about them soon, so I'm just staying at my place until things blows over. An urban legend on the north side of the station. I guess I hadn't heard of it since I didn't live nearby. Though I suppose it would be my problem too, starting today. What? Not exciting enough? You're gonna pass out again from that anemia thing? No, I feel okay today. I appreciate you worrying, but I'm pretty sure I'd be dead if I was anemic all the time. Yeah, that makes sense. If you say you're alright, I'm sure you're fine. Class is about to start. You better get back to your seats. Okay. Oh, by the way, I'll be eating in the cafeteria today. Got a very special guest coming. Look forward to it. Arihiko laughed suspiciously as he sauntered back to his seat. Talk to you later, Tom. Oh yeah, sorry to drag you into this, Yumizuka. She walks back to her desk, her footsteps light as a feather. Huh. I just realized it just like after she left. We didn't introduce her at all. We didn't talk about like what type of person she is really. Compared to Arihiko, who we kind of did introduce and like get like some idea of who he is. We didn't really talk much about Yumizuka. Also, I should mention it. This Yumizuka edition feels like it's more inspired from the manga. In the manga, Yumizuka, Arihiko, and Shiki are like best friend trio. In the original, they're not as much best friend trio. They're kind of just like Sasuke is. You have an option to talk to Sasuke, but she's not really involved as much. 5 minutes after the bell for homeroom, and our teacher still hasn't appeared. Just as the homeroom is about to end, the teacher next door drops by to tell us that Miss Toyama won't be coming today. Yes, no math class today! Someone sounded like they won the lottery. Miss Toyama is our math teacher. With her absent, we'll have a free study instead. Once you finish the worksheet you're given, you're free to spend the rest of the time however you want. Some use the time to study, but others just kill time. I started my worksheet. I actually have no problem with studying. I quit going to after-school lessons as a child, but that was after I was told getting into a good school would be impossible for someone with my condition. Whether you choose to go to college or straight into the workforce, knowledge is never a bad thing to have. I raise my head after solving a few problems and look over to the students near the hallway. I wonder who told him that. Is it that someone as a child told him it is impossible for him to go to a school with his condition? I'm guessing someone at the Tono family told him that. I can only hear bits and pieces of their conversation sitting as far away from them as I am, so it's true. I don't believe it. This morning I saw the teachers running to the faculty room looking really freaked out. It's just a rumor. Because she had really... It's terrible. How could something like that... Something certainly feels wrong. I think knitting my eyebrow. That murder last night. I saw 2 guys who looked like detectives go into the principal's office. I brace myself for what's coming. As familiar as I am with this feeling, I find myself not wanting to accept it. I hold my breath in anticipation for the words to come. I heard Miss Tomiya died last night. Oh? I close my eyes trying to hold back a headache. The morning passes without the rumors about Miss Toyama spreading much further. The classroom is a mess now that it's lunch. Some go to the cafeteria, others go to the courtyard, while still others stay in the room and open their lunch at their desks. What should I do for lunch? Meet up with Arihiko in the cafeteria, stay in the classroom, or go outside into the hallway? Let's stay in the classroom. I guess I'll stay in the classroom. Mind you, I do not have a flow sheet right now, so whatever route we first go on, we first go on. And I'll go back to other choices later. I can't work up the energy to move. I know the value of a full stomach, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't hungry, but I just don't have the appetite for anything right now. I vaguely remember Arihiko mentioning something earlier, but I'll worry about that later. Right now, all I want to do is sit at my desk and save my energy. Oh good, you're still here. I hear a familiar voice close by. I look behind to see whose the voice belongs to. I had a feeling that if I stayed in the classroom, I would see Yumizuka. I just had a feeling. You didn't go with Inoue to the cafeteria? So, just to say my thought process, I believe if we went to the cafeteria with Arihiko, we would talk to Arihiko. If we went, stay in the classroom, we would talk to Yumizuka, and hallway would be CL most likely. You didn't go with Inoue to the cafeteria, huh? I almost went to look for you. I'm not feeling very hungry. Anyway, what's up, Yumizuka? Must be something pretty important if you were looking for me. Yumizuka may be a classmate of mine, but we're not exactly what I call friends. We sometimes... Yeah, see? The introduction is here when we're alone, but not when we're with Arihiko. We sometimes banter when Arihiko around like this morning, but almost never one-on-one. The only explanation is that she has something urgent that she needs my help with. Well, I can see why you think that. I love that expression. Yumizuka looks to the side awkwardly, but only for a moment, then quickly returned to her usual cheery self. Mr. Habano was looking for you. He said you wanted to talk about your living situation. He must be talking about my move. Mr. Habano is in charge of all the second years. It's probably because Miss Toyama isn't around to sort out things for me. Thanks, I'll go right away. That's weird though. I thought I finished all my paperwork and stuff yesterday. I forced my tired body to stand up. Yumizuka's continuing to stand there looking at me. Did you have anything else to tell me? Huh? No, nothing at all. I wonder if she isn't feeling well. Sasuke Yumizuka is one of the pillars of our classroom. She's bright, easy to get along with, and a hard worker. Anyone could see how much she cares about the other people around her. A lot of guys love her, and I don't think any of the girls talk bad about her. It's only natural that she always around surrounded by people. She's the opposite of a killjoy like me. Even though we're in the same class this year, we barely talked. I didn't even think she'd remember my name, to be honest. Can I ask you something, Tana? Sure, what is it? I don't want to pry or anything, but you mentioned moving. Are you moving away, like transferring schools? It makes sense that she asked, though she seemed to have misunderstood things. Nah, I'm just moving houses. I'll still be in Soya, so nothing big like that. I like it here a lot. I wouldn't want to move schools. Yeah, totally. We study so hard to get in here. It'd be sad to go somewhere else. I know I study like crazy. Who knows? I had to assume that Yumizuka could have gone to any school she wanted with her brains. Oh, but if you're moving, does that mean you're moving out of the Arima house? That's right, it's sad saying goodbye, but they already been taking care of me for so... Wait a second. I don't think I told anyone at school about staying with the Arima family other than Arihiko. Sorry, did I tell you about that stuff? Who else would tell me? Though it's been a long time since we talked about it. Huh? I guess I must have really been struggling for something to talk about. I can't remember the conversation, but if we were talking alone like this, it's possible I was desperate for a topic and let it slip. Yeah, no, this is completely a lie. Like, knowing the type of person Shiki is at this point right now, I'm not sure if they changed Shiki Remake, but even now I can tell he is very much a person who doesn't really talk about himself. Not because like he doesn't want to, but he's just the type of person who find it boring to talk about himself and rather talk about others. So I don't believe for a fact that he would talk about his own living situation to Yumizuka, especially with the introduction that they given us. And I'm saying all this, it does not matter. It does not matter because there is no Yumizuka route, and there's never going to be one. But like, in case some of you don't know, there's this long-standing meme in the Tsukihime community where Nasu will constantly say, hey, the Sasuke route is coming, the Sasuke route is coming, and it doesn't come out. And it gets either delayed or canceled again. And like, every time it gets more and more frustrating because every time, like, to give an example, we have Melty Blood, like not Type Luna, but the original Melty Blood storyline takes place in the Yumizuka route, which is insane to think about. But it's even weirder how it's just like, hey, this route that happened, yeah, it you're never gonna get to see it. Only I, Nasu, will know what's on this route, and I will forever tease what is on this route. But I guess it's just like, I mean, I'm speculating a lot for a route that's probably not coming out for like a couple years from now. But it's just so frustrating that over the course of like 20 plus years now, at this point, God, Tsukihime is old, we still don't have the Sasuke route. I mean, we have a trailer, but never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. I should probably get going. Mr. Habano is in the faculty room, right? Yep, he said you better be there in 10 minutes or he'll dock your grades. He says that a lot, but I always wonder what he actually docked. Yumizuka giggles without a hint of sarcasm or scorn. I can't help but laugh alongside her. Mr. Habano is notorious for threatening to dock grades, but I doubt he actually do that to someone just for being late. By the way, what are you doing for lunch? I'll probably drop by the cafeteria after going to the faculty room. Arihiko should be there. Gotcha. Talk to you later, Tona. Yumizuka waves awkwardly and goes back to the group of her girlfriends. Yeah, no, they made her a school idol in the original. I'm just so used to Yumizuka being like more by herself than anything else. I head over to the cafeteria after getting grilling by Mr. Habano about my relation to the Tonobu family. It's as busy as always in the cafeteria today. It may not be full, but most of the tables are packed with students. Almost a third of the student body use this facility, while other students who want to save a few bucks use a school store. I gaze at the students waiting for their order, receipt in hand, as I make my way to the table. So who's this special guest you were talking about? She hasn't shown yet, so we said we meet up in the cafeteria. Let me go see what's up. Arihiko hurries out the cafeteria, leaving his curry udon behind. I've ordered shikari udon for myself. I hope he gets back before my noodles get soggy. Hold on, wait, hold on. I just peeked that. You get a whole thing of udon noodles for lunch? Well, I guess they are saying that this is a high-class school, so I can't be too surprised. No good, can't even find her anywhere. Who was it anyway? A third year? I've been trying to get her to have lunch with me for a while. I finally got her to agree. Sounds like something came up and she's been having to run around a bunch. Sounds like quite a busy person. She sure got a lot of iron in the fire. I don't think she ever stopped moving. Arihiko breaks apart his disposable chopstick, looking dejected. Well, too bad, let's eat. Yeah, sound good. We both dig into our udon. A lot of iron in the fire. What a strange way to describe someone. Suffice to say that my curiosity had been piqued. I'll ask him more about that later. So what's the deal? Deal about what? Why were you in class so early? It can't be because of Ichiko. I know she works during the day. I asked Arihiko as I slurped my shikari udon. Ichiko is Arihiko's older sister who works full-time. She's a bit of a mystery, but she's always taken good care of us. You knew, huh? You're heading back to your old place today, right? Yeah, did I tell you about that? Nope, heard about it from my sister. Just wanted to make sure you weren't, like, going all emo or something over it. And how did that turn out for you? Wasn't worth waking up early, that's for sure. Sorry, my struggles aren't entertaining enough for you. You really have too much time on your hands, you know that? That's why I love me some gossip. That's why I love me some good gossip. You've been with the Arima since elementary, right? It's been 7 years already. What's your old man thinking bringing you back after disowning you for so long ago? I wasn't technically disowned. I was just told to leave the manor for no reason in particular. You know, man, usually a family kicking their own kid out of their home for no reason would be so sad it's kind of funny. But that's so cold, even I can't laugh about it. Arihiko laughed in an exaggerated manner. The way Arihiko never takes anything seriously is one of his best qualities. The truth is, my father and I have been on bad terms long before the car accident and hospitalization. The Tono family is a distinguished household dating back centuries, with customs very different to those of regular families. My childhood memories are of an enormous house and the oppressive, antiquated practices of the family within. The Tono family is wealthy, with shares in a wide variety of companies. My father, Makihisa Tono, wasn't much of a businessman, but the assets he inherited from my grandfather were more than enough to help his business make a fortune. A mansion from another era, a high-class lifestyle that valued history and decorum. Any child would have found life in this mansion unbearably dull. So when I was told to go live with the Arimas, I had no qualm about leaving my real family behind. I think it was the best outcome I could have asked for. I got along with the Arimas. Kiko, Fumi, Omai treated me no differently than I had been their child by birth. I had always wanted to be part of a normal family, and living with the Arimas gave me that opportunity. I forget which one it is. But one of these characters, his cousin, happened to make him no longer a virgin. And so let me tell you the story of this. And also in like an interview, because just so you know, creators tend to like joke around and troll people a lot. But a fan asks, hey, what should Chiki have, sorry, I have the hiccups, have relations with first? And the person was obviously asking which route would technically happen first. Not Arihiko. He was basically asking which one would take place in the timeline first. Arcade, Akiha, Hisui, Kohaku, or Ciel. Nasu then proceeded to say, Shige had sex with his cousin first. At I think he said 13 or something weird like that. And obviously he was more so joking about it. But it's also a meme in the community that basically everyone hates her. I'd always wanted to be part of... Well, I already read that. I don't have any regrets there. With one exception, my sister Akiha. She was a year younger than me, and I left her behind at the Tono Manor. I wonder if Akiha would resent me. I mean, why wouldn't she? I left her in that giant, loathsome house with no one for company but that big, peg-headed old man. It's not hard to imagine what Akiha thinks of me, of the brother who ran away from it all. Interesting. So in the original, we have that thought process about the Tono mansion, the Tono household, on our way to the Tono household. Instead here we have we're having it with Arihiko. Yeah, getting back out of my house for no reason. Not much to do about that but laugh. Right? Considering that they told you never to step foot in there again, that sure sounds like you got disowned to me. Why didn't you get disowned anyway? I never asked. Yeah, I don't have a good answer for it myself. I think in the end it may have just been a lot of unfortunate coincidences. I was unlucky. Well, if you don't want to talk about it, that's cool. Arihiko picks up his bowl with both hands and drinks down the broth. Lunch always feels short. I follow Arihiko's example and quickly down the rest of my food. Alright, so that's going to be it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a good day. And see you guys for next time.